Hello, and welcome to another video. The purpose of this video is for you to show me that when you chose your internet sources, you used the CRAAP test and your sources passed the CRAAP test. Meaning, did you choose reliable, valid sources in your research? Okay, so let's look at the steps here. First, let's remember, what is the CRAAP test again? It's a way to test information you find on the internet or in other places to make sure that it's valid and worth using in your research or reading as a human being. So we're going to look at C, the currency. How current is it, right? The time, when it was written. R is relevance. Does it fit your needs? Does it relate to your topic of research? A is authority. What's the source? Who's the author or the website? Larger author. A is accuracy. How reliable or correct is the information? And then P is the purpose. What is the reason this exists? You have to always ask yourself that. Okay. So first, what we're going to do is you're going to go to your NoodleTools and find a source that you found on the internet, not on the library databases. Then in the annotations box at the bottom of the source, you're going to write CRAAP. Okay, so let me show you how to do that first, this first page of instructions. You're going to go to NoodleTools and open your project. Here are all my sources. Now, if you notice, this one, World Book, that was from the library website. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see a little more clearly. I want something that I found. So I am going to pick how long has roller skating been in New York, been a New York thing? Take a look. There's a word missing there. I'm going to choose this article here. Okay. Okay. So now I have this article open and I have my NoodleTools. I'm going to open the source. I'm going to click edit over here. Edit. Now, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a box that says annotation. And that is where a lot of teachers, including me, use it for students to sort of comment on the validity of their source. Like, how good of a source was this? So I'm going to write C, enter, R, enter, A, enter, A, enter, P, enter. Okay. I did that. So now I'm ready. Let me go back to my instructions. Oops. There we go. Sorry. Okay. Now, I did that. Let's look at this. Go away, you. Let's look at this. Explain next to each letter if the source passes the test of each letter. So, for example, C, talk about how current it is. R, how relevant is it? A, who's the author? A, how accurate is it? And P, what's the purpose? Okay, so I'm going to answer that question here. So let's look back at this article. Let's see when it was written. 2019. Cool. So this was written in 2019. That is very recent. Oh, I made an extra space. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, R, relevance. My topic was how long has roller skating been around and how did it become what it is today? And this is all about how long has roller skating been a thing. There's lots of information about roller skates. There's photos of roller skates, the history of roller skates. Yes, so this is all about the history of roller skating, so it fits my topic. Okay, A, author. Now, let's look at the website this came from first, the New York Times. The New York Times is one of the most well-respected newspapers on the planet. So already I'm in the right zone. If you're on the New Yorker, the Washington Post, the London Times, I'm trying to think of other worldwide newspapers. Sorry, my focus is very American as an American teacher. But there are many sources that are, the BBC is highly regarded, right? The CBC in Canada, very highly regarded. Okay, so I'm also going to look at my author, Laura M. Holson. Let's see who she is. She is an award-winning reporter who writes about communications, media, and the mobile lifestyle from New York. Wow, she's done a lot of writing. She worked on Smart Money magazine. Wow. This is someone who's been at the New York Times for many, many years. She's worked at different publications. She's won awards. I can add that. The New York Times is a respected newspaper. And the author has many years of experience and has won awards. Okay, now let's look here. Let's go back. My next letter is, the next A is accurate. How accurate? Does this match the other things I read, maybe in specific, the things that I read in in the World Book, right? In my reference sources. This info matches what I've read before and goes into more detail. No errors. I didn't see any errors or mistakes, so that's good. And then finally, the purpose of this article. This article is telling me a lot. It wants me to know about how roller skating developed in New York City. This article isn't trying to sell me anything or get me afraid or get me to join a cult. Let's hope you're not reading articles like that. But this article really is about teaching me and educating me, which means it's a good source. Now, some sources do give their opinions, and that's okay. Opinions aren't bad, but you want to make sure it feels like the author is being fair and presenting evidence in their opinion and not just trying to scare you or manipulate you or maybe use things against you. Okay. So I'm going to say this is informational, it is educating me. So I feel I can trust it. Okay. Awesome. Now I click save and I'm done. I have evaluated this source. Okay. And now me as your teacher, I can see how you put your CRAAP test right here below your information. Okay. So that's really helpful for me to see. Now, I get this question a lot and I think it's a valid question. What if it doesn't pass all of the letters? Right? What if it doesn't have a date of when it was published? That's okay. There are articles, for example, I've used in other videos from NASA about life on other planets, potential life on other planets, that don't have a date. But it's written by NASA, a very respected science organization that has put people on the moon and sends, Mars probes and lunar probes and things like that. If it doesn't have a specific author, but it's still on the NASA website, NASA is the author. So it's still reliable. So you don't have to pass every single letter, but if you've got 3 or 4 where you're like, ooh, then maybe you should slow down and ask yourself if this is the right source for your research. Okay. The big one for me is the relevance. If you can't find anything about your research question and it's not relevant, why did you bother? Okay. Maybe sometimes you only get a little bit and that's okay, but you have to get something out of it. Otherwise, why is it in your sources? Okay. So this was a presentation all about adding the CRAAP test to your annotation of your source in NoodleTools so that I, as your teacher, can see that you are thinking critically when you are reading your sources. All right. Thanks, guys.